Hi, so welcome back to my channel, and of course before we go to the fifth secret or hack, please don't forget to subscribe my channel here down here. You just have to click the red subscribe button. So yeah, I told you before that you should not study grammar rules because, as I mentioned, sometimes um, being conscious with grammar rules can make it complex for you to speak automatically, because instead of you talking naturally and effortlessly and easily, you tend to think about the grammar rules, right? So get rid of that in your head. Don't think about grammar rules because those can delay your speech or your talk. So yeah, just forget about numbers. But instead, try to think of point of view story. When I say point of view story, all you have to do is to think of a story. You have to come up with a story and make sure that this story is the same, of course, but different when it comes to its time. Like for example, you can actually write down a short story or a long story if you want that, and then sorry for the noise, and then make sure that the translation or the version would be like, for example, the present tense, and then past tense, and then future tense. So for example, the first story would be in a present, so make sure that you have to use words or verbs that are only in present tense. So when you finish writing about present tense, then now go to the past tense, and then of course the story is still the same. So write down the story, and then when you're finished with the past tense, try to you know write down in future tense version. So there are three versions. So the present tense, past tense, and future tense. But of course, the same story. And then, of course, nowadays we have phones and we can record everything. So try to record your voice from present tense, past tense, and future tense. So with that, you don't need to be conscious about your grammar if you are if you are talking in the past or if you're talking in the present, because if that's the case, if you keep doing that, if you keep writing um like different point of view of that story, it will expand, or it will make you automatically, it will make you automatic to speak English without translation or thinking in English, because um, you hear that many times. Like for example, for me, if I say like um, she, I don't know, let me just think. For example, uh, she was happy today. So if you hear the word, or if you hear the sentence, she was happy today, so obviously there is a grammatical error. So she was happy today. And you know for a fact that the error there would be today, right? So instead of she is happy today. So by means of listening, you can get curious about what you're talking about. So what's that basically what I want to point out, which is, yeah, you just have to work on your listening skill as well. Um, for example, if I say, um, The plants grew today. So when you hear the sentence, the plants grew today, so basically you can notice that there's something wrong with that sentence, and that is, as I mentioned, the plants grew today. So the error there would be grew. So instead of saying grew, you can say the plants grow today, right? So yeah, so that's why you have to focus on point of view stories, because that will help a lot. Um, because especially when you are talking, in pronto. So if you are talking in spontaneously, you can be conscious about if you are talking in the past tense, present tense, and future tense, and you get to forget about the grammar rules, but instead, if you use those different point of view stories, then it will be easier for you to express your thoughts, because you're not conscious. And make sure that you have to record that, as I mentioned. Make sure that you have to record that particular story in different versions, or different point of views. Yeah, point of view, like for example, present tense, past tense, and future tense. And believe me, that is absolutely effective. So if you don't like to record, you can write down a story, and then make sure that you have to, you know uh, use different versions, so that you can, yeah, you can improve your spontaneity when you converse with the people. Because if you think about those different point of view stories, um yeah, as I mentioned, it's easier for you to express your thoughts, and you don't need to think about grammar rules in your head that delays your talk, or the way you respond to a question, or whatever you're gonna say next. So yes, so that is the fifth rule. And of course, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe button here. And I'm gonna post or upload my sixth tip, which is surprise. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much.